This is ThatAlbumReviewerGuy here, and I'm doing my top 10 albums of 2015 list. It's been an alright year for music. I really wish I could have gotten to more albums than I did, but that was beyond my control. But I did get to enough albums that I could make a top 10 list. So, without any further ado, let's get down to it. But first, before we do actually, I just want to thank you all for subscribing, watching. This is the second year that I've been doing this, and while I haven't necessarily been doing as much as I would have liked to, I tend to get interested in other projects. I am a college student, so I put as much time and effort into this as I can and or am willing to, but like I said, I do get burnt out and want to do other things on the YouTubes and such, so bear with me. But I'm going to try to devote as much time to this channel as I can next year, the following year, etc., etc. So yeah, the way this list will be constructed won't be based on scores. I mainly based it on scores last year, which was stupid. It was still accurate because Chevelles La Gargoyle is still by far my favorite album of last year, but regardless of that, tastes tend to change anyway. But this list isn't based on scores, it's based on how the album has stuck with me throughout the year. So, without any further ado, let's get down to business.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I hold you nearest, my best friend.
Number 10 is Yelawolf's Love Story. While I don't listen to too much hip-hop and rap, I really did enjoy this album. It didn't get as high as rating as the other hip-hop album I reviewed this year, but like I said, ratings don't matter here. This one stuck with me more, especially songs like Till It's Gone and Best Friend. This album just has a lot of emotion, and Yelawolf did a great job with it without a doubt. It's a very enjoyable listening experience.
He wants to dance like Uma Thurman, bury me till I confess. She wants to...
Number 9 is Fall Out Boy's American Beauty, American Psycho. I honestly didn't think I was going to enjoy this album that much heading into it, but after hearing it a few times, I really dug it, and to this day, it still holds its own, especially with songs like Uma Thurman. I still do enjoy Centuries a little bit. Favorite record, I'm starting to get into Immortals a little. That was one of my least favorites if you recall my review of it. But Fall Out Boy's American Beauty, American Psycho, not quite the return of the band's pop-punk sound that they were famous for, but it's better than Save Rock and Roll, I'll say that. Number 8 is Papa Roach's Fear. This album didn't get too many good reviews around the spectrum of things, but I enjoyed it. Songs like Gravity, Face Everything and Rise, War Over Me, Warriors, Fear, Hate, Love, they still stick with me to this day. I feel as though there's a lot of emotion, and like Jacoby Shaddix said when he was describing the album, there's a bit of a spiritual vibe in the album, and I kind of believe that. Because, like I said in my review of the album, it takes me on a journey through the mind, which is pretty cool. Number 7 is Sturm und Drang from Lamb of God. 7 Sturm und Drang, I guess you should say. The band came back with a vengeance. That's really all there is to say. I mean, after everything that's happened to Lamb of God over the past few years with Randy getting arrested and such, they definitely came back with one hell of an album, especially with songs like Overlord and Still Echoes, 512, Embers. It packs a wallop. The entire album definitely does, but Overlord is still my favorite track from the album because it has that unexpected thing that you never thought would happen in a million years. Randy doing clean vocals, and it was fantastic, and it is still fantastic. Really love that song, but it's a great album overall. Number 6 is Tremonti's Cauterize. I did give some a perfect score, but it still stuck with me a bit, especially with songs such as Radical Change and Another Heart. Um, Tremonti, fairly new project from former Creed and current Alter Bridge guitarist Mark Tremonti. This is their second album, and they're set to release Dust, which will be part 2 to Cauterize sometime in 2016, so definitely looking forward to that. But this was a solid album. Nothing bad I could have said about it in the review. Nothing really bad I can say about it now. It just didn't stick with me as well as I thought it would, I guess, but it's still a solid album without a doubt.
As I fight for one last breath.
Number 5 is Breaking Benjamin's Dark Before Dawn. What a return for this band. Even though Ben Burnley is the only original member remaining in the band, but they still kept their original Breaking Benjamin sound. It's good for some people, not good for others. I enjoyed the album. I really did. Failure, Defeated, Angels Fall, I've been getting to a little bit more. Ashes of Eden. Plenty of good songs on the album, and if you're a Breaking Benjamin fan, you'll definitely enjoy it. Number 4, Faith No More's Soul Invictus. It has been so long since these guys have released an album. I was, 3 when they released their album back in no, I was 1. I think I was about 1 because their last album came out in 1997. I was thinking it was 99. But no, I was like 1 year old. Wasn't familiar with Faith No More at that time. But, Soul Invictus, it is a fantastic album. I really do enjoy Faith No More's style of music. And fucking Matador and Superhero, those are fantastic songs in the album. There are other great ones as well, but Faith No More, they made one hell of a comeback this year, and hopefully more new material comes from the band in the years to follow. Number 3 is Bullet from a Valentine's Venom. This is a nice album from the band. It kind of throws back to their original style a little bit. Mostly their thrash metal style from Scream and Fire, but a little bit of the Poison is in there as well, and some of their style from Fever as well. Kind of from Temper Temper, but this album's better than Temper Temper. With songs such as the title track, No Way Out, Worthless, and there's one more that I remember saying as a favorite. Oh yes, Hell or High Water. Those are fantastic songs. There are other good ones on the album as well. Regardless of what I said on the review, this album is still worthy being a favorite. Because I do enjoy the album as a whole. Even though most of the songs might not have a replay value to them. We'll see. We'll see. My opinions might change. Why do you think it's so far up on the list? Number 2, Coheed and Cambria's The Color Before the Sun. What can I say? They tried to do something different, and they did. Coheed and Cambria, they're known for making concept albums, but this is the first album of theirs that was not. And it was fantastic. The band just continues to show their creative side, and what a way to do it. They figured, what's the point of doing all this fancy schmancy stuff if we can't pull off a regular album? Well, guess what, guys? You did. You did. the songs in this album are great pretty much. Young Love is meh, but definitely You Got Spirit Kid, Here to Mars, Eraser, songs like that. Those are fantastic. But check out the album definitely.
Feeling like a change. I'm sick of watching all the colors fade.
And finally, my favorite album of the year, Like a Storm's Awaken the Fire. This album has stuck with me throughout the entire year, ever since I reviewed it back in February, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was February, but regardless of when it was, I've listened to this album fucking all year. I've listened to it constantly throughout the year, both in full and select tracks from it. Become the Enemy, Wish You Hell, Ordinary, Love the Way You Hate Me. Every song on the album is great. It, it was definitely a great, I guess technically first album from the band, even though they have released like EPs and such. I think they released an album, but this was mostly re-recorded material, but it was still fantastic, and I really enjoyed this album. I still really enjoyed the album, and I highly recommend it. Well, there's my top 10 albums of 2015. What are your guys' favorite albums? Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Let me know down there. My social media stuff is down there as well. You can check all that out. And like, comment, subscribe for more content. That I'm Reviewer Guy, signing off.